Good afternoon, Tanvi, Rishu, Mona, Utkarsh, Alma, Arya Singh, Kushish Singh, Sadvika. So today we are going to practice from the very beginning, the very first chapter, that is the last lesson, right? So, dear students, let's get started. We'll go to internal assessment, class 12. Then we shall go here, MCQ worksheet. So I'll write my mail ID, then I'll start. Okay, so dear students, there are 10 questions. So let's see uh, how let me see how you do it. Okay, so here you see the first one. M. Hamel went on to talk of the French language, saying that it was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical, that we must guard it among us and never forget it. Because when a people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. Then he opened a grammar book and read us our lesson. I was amazed to see how well I understood it. All he said seemed so easy, so easy. Okay, this is the most important extract. Yes, it's one of the most important extracts of the lesson, the last lesson. Okay, from there, let us see what kind of questions are given. Which of the following can be attributed to M. Hamel's declaration about the French language? Okay, which of the following can be attributed? Right. Subject expertise, nostalgic pride, factual accuracy, patriotic magnification. So, which one do you think should be selected? One, two, three, four. Just write down the option number. Okay, just write down the option number in the chat box. Just text me the chat in the text box. Chat box. The option number, is it one, two, three, or four? Okay. Uh, I shall go with both of you. So patriotic, Tanvi, Mana, and Sadvika. It's four. Okay. Now let's study something else. Read the quotes given below. Choose the option that might best describe M. Hamel's viewpoint. Okay. Those who know nothing of foreign languages know nothing of their own. That is said by Johann Van Goethe. Language is the roadmap of a culture. It tells you where its people come from and where they are going. A poor man is like a foreigner in his own country. The greatest propaganda in the world, our mother tongue, that is what we learn as children and which we learn unconsciously. That shapes our perceptions of life. Okay. So you have to choose the option that describes M. Hamel's viewpoint about French language. So, number B, what do you think can be the answer? Tanvi, Sadvika, and Rishu are saying 2, 2. Language is the roadmap of a culture. It tells you where its people come from and where they are going. Okay, nice. Yes, it appears to be correct answer, of course. Now, let's move on to the next question. Why did M. Hamel say France was not the worst? Is it because the Frenchmen did not want to learn? Then the children's parents were to blame. Most of the students were like France. They were all at fault. So, which one do you think should be the correct answer? Why did M. Hamel say France was not the worst? The Frenchmen did not want to learn. The children's parents were to blame. Most of the students were like France, or they were all at fault. So which one do you think should be the correct choice? Good afternoon, Swani, Prakhar, Arya Dwivedi. Tanvi says four. They were all at fault. Yes, absolutely correct. They were all at fault. So France was not the worst because sometimes M. Hamel also gave them holidays whenever he wanted to go for fishing or something. Okay, so everybody in the system was at fault, for which France and other children were negligent in studies, okay, to a great extent, right? Next, the word reproach means the same as. What does the word reproach mean? The word reproach means the same as admonish, boast, credit, punish. Reproach. Reproach. Reproach means scold actually. The meaning of reproach is scold. So, which is the exact synonym that comes under this word reproach? Is it admonish, boast, credit, or punish? Which one do you think should be the correct answer? All are saying four, but the correct answer will be, I think, in my opinion, should be admonish. Admonish means scold. The word reproach means the same as admonish. Next, you see, the only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Right. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them. Not even the littlest ones, who worked right on tracing their fish hooks, as if that was French too. On the roof, the pigeons cooed very low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German? Even the pigeons. This is also one of the most important extracts of this lesson, the last lesson. Okay, so will they make them sing in German? German, even the pigeons. Why was everyone quiet? They had been assigned some work. The mood in the class was solemn and somber. As mark of respect for Mr. Hamel, or M. Hamel, they wanted to finish their work on time. What was the reason for which everybody was silent in the class? Which one? One, two, three, four. Which one do you think is the correct answer? One, two, three, four. Which one do you think should be the correct answer? Like Arya Dwivedi, then Tanvi and Rishu says two. The mood in the class was solemn and somber. Yes, that appears to be a correct answer. Very good. Next, the serious mood of those present in the classroom is a proof of. The serious mood of those present in the classroom is a proof of patriotic fervor, a sense of regret, respect for their teacher, all of the above. The serious mood of those present in the classroom is a proof of patriotic fervor, sense of regret, respect for their teacher, all of the above. Tanvi says four. Mayur, Mana, Tanvil, Prakhar, Alma, and Sajal. All of you are saying four. All of the above. Yes, you are correct. Because patriotic fervor is also there, sense of regret, respect for teacher. All three reasons are very much valid. So, all of the above will be the answer. Nobody paid attention to the beetles that flew in because they were too busy working. They were all sad. The teacher would get angry at them. They were distracted by the pigeons. They were too busy working. They were all set. The teacher would get angry at them. They were distracted by the pigeons. So, which one do you think should be the answer for? Prakhar, Yadu, Tanvi, Alma, Suhani, and Aditya all are saying two, 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 two. They are all said. Okay, good. Now let's move on to the next. When Franz says, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? This statement of Franz reveals his sarcasm. They were all said frustration, empathy. Which one do you think should be the answer? Tanvi says one, Rishu says one, Ria one. Okay, all of you are saying one. Sarcasm. Okay, very good. It's correct. Will they make them sing in German? Even the statement of France reveals his sarcasm. Very good. Concluding his last lesson by writing Vive la France on the blackboard shows that M. Hamel was overwhelmed with emotion, wanted to distress that day, was keen on not leaving the country, wanted to teach French participants, wanted to. Okay, this is very simple question. I hope most of you will be able to, select the answer quickly, identify the answer quickly. Question number three. Yes, like Arya Divedi, Tanvi, and Riya say it's one. It was overwhelmed with emotions. Very good. Next, number four. What was the bulletin board in the last lesson symbolic of? Is it symbolic of happiness, excitement, distress, commotion? What was the bulletin board in the last lesson symbolic of? Question number four. What was the bulletin board in the last lesson symbolic of? Happiness, excitement, distress, or commotion? Question number four, dear students. OX is not there. No? Mona Yadav says three, Mayur three, Prakhar three. All are saying three, 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 three. So three, distress. Okay. Bulletin board in the last lesson is symbol of distress. Very good. Okay, next number five. The thing that surprised France the most was the thing that surprised France the most. The thing that surprised France the most was we take our quiz. Question number six. Choose the statement that is not true. Number one, he had never considered his books nuisance. He felt sad that M. Hamel was leaving. Okay, 6-1. Most of you are saying 6-1s. Okay, so he had never considered his book news, and this is a wrong statement, right? It means he used to call his statement. He used to call this statement. He used to consider his books nuisance. Okay, very good. Next question number 7. Franz did not want to go to school that morning because it was a cold day. He wanted to learn the rules of participle. He feared MML scolding. He wanted to watch the children drilling. So Franz did not want to go to school that morning because question number 7 3. Question number 7 3. Arya Devedi is 3, Tanvi 3, Sajal 3, Mayur 3, Ria 3, Alma 3. Okay, so he feared FML scolding. Very good. Next question. Question number 8. What does the drill of the Prussian soldiers suggest? What does the drill of the Prussian soldiers suggest? Number one, the loss of political freedom. Number two, Prussia had been defeated. Number three, reminder of French invasion of Prussia. And number four, the victory of the French. So, question number 8. Think and then write. Okay. Think and then write, dear students. Okay. Like Sajal, Suhani, Arya, and Rishu says, Arya says 3, but rest of you were saying 1. What does a drill of Prussian soldiers suggest? So, the drill of Prussian soldier, the loss of political freedom, Prussia had been defeated, reminder of French invasion of Prussia, the victory of the French. So, most of you, it seems, are saying A, with the exception of Arya Dwivedi, Prokhar, and Sadvika, who say third. Okay, so the answer is the loss of political freedom, right? Drill of the Prussian soldiers suggest. What is this? What does it indicate? It indicates the loss of political freedom of the French people, right? Now, question number 9. We are left with just 2 questions of the day. We are left with 2 questions of the day, right? So, uh, question number 9, you see, don't go so fast. You will get to your school in plenty of time. Franz thought the blacksmith was making fun of him because the blacksmith was taunting him. Franz was late for school. The blacksmith was being sarcastic. Franz had not read the bulletin board. So, question is, Franz thought the blacksmith was making fun of him because which of the 4 options do you think can be chosen for the answer? Question number 9. Like Arya Dwivedi says 2. Let's see what others say. Mona says 1, Tanvi 2, Sejal 2, Prakhar 2. Prakhar has selected both 2 and 3. How come it is possible? Prakhar, you tell me. Most of you are going for 2, right? Yes, that appears to be correct answer. Okay, now let's move on to question number 10. Okay, so see question number 10. On the day of the last lesson, on the day of the last lesson, M. Hamel was gazing at everything in the little schoolroom. As he wanted to ensure that he was not leaving anything behind, in an attempt to fix his mind how everything looked, as he was free and the students were very busy writing. And number four, as he had to leave the next day. So on the day of the last lesson, M. Hamel was gazing at everything in the little schoolroom. Number one, as he wanted to ensure he was not leaving anything behind. In an attempt to fix in his mind how everything looked, he was, as he was free and the students were busy writing, as he had to leave the next day. So, which one? It's very simple, dear students. Which one do you think? Uh, uh, Question number 10 2. Question number 10 2. Most of you are writing 2 as the probable answer, right? Most of you are writing 2 as your probable answer. Okay. Uh, okay, let's see. Uh, I think 4 should be the answer. 10th 4. Is there anyone? Nobody is writing 4. All are writing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, dear students, so these are the 10 questions for practice for today. Tomorrow I shall come up with another 10 from different category. This is from competency based, and then case study based we will practice tomorrow, case study based questions. Okay. So every day we shall practice some different patterns of multiple choice question. Okay. So today 10 questions of competency based, and tomorrow we shall study case study based questions from the last lesson as well as from Lost Spring. Okay, so you can go through the lesson Lost Spring in detail in the textbook, so that you can answer some of the questions that I ask you tomorrow in the live class, right? So let's check our answers today, dear students. Hmm. Today, yes, yes. Okay, so you have scored 12 out of some 4 questions were wrong. Actually, okay, somewhere 4 questions were wrong. This is the correct answer, like patriotic magnification. Second question, second option was correct. Language is the roadmap of culture. Why did M. Hamel say France was not the worst? Because they were all reproach means admonish. This is correct. And then in this extract, the mood in the class was solemn and somber. It's correct. A serious mood of those present in the classroom is a proof of all the above, correct? They were too busy working. Nobody paid attention to the beetles that flew because they were too busy working. Next, when Franz says, will they make them sing in German? Even the pigeons, the statement of Franz reveals his sarcasm. This is correct. Concluding his last lesson by writing Viva la France on the blackboard shows that M. Hamel was overwhelmed with emotions. This is correct. What was the bulletin board in the last lesson symbolic of? Distress. Very good. The thing that surprised Franz the most was the village elders present in the classroom. So the presence of the village elders in the classroom is something that surprised Franz. Okay, that is wrong actually. Next is choose the statement that is not true. He had never considered his books nuisance. He used to always consider his books nuisance. That is why that is the correct answer, because this statement is not true in respect to Franz. Go to school that morning because he feared M. Hamel's scolding. That is a correct answer. What does the drill of the Prussian soldier suggest? The loss of political freedom. Don't go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time. Franz thought fun of him because Franz had not read the bulletin board. Okay, so he did not read the bulletin board. That is why. Next, on the day of the last lesson, M. Hamel was gazing at everything in the little schoolroom except in attempt to fix in his mind how everything looked. So dear students, I think 4 is correct, but it's wrongly entered answer. I think 4 is correct here actually. Okay, anyway, so dear students, let's wind up our lecture. Okay, so which question, bete, Sanchit, who is Sanchit? From which school do you belong? And which question are you referring to? Tell me. Okay, thank you. We shall meet tomorrow. Okay. So bye. Take care and have a nice time. Yes, students.